Very good afternoon, everyone. I will be taking you through a journey of HBO, which is the most loved TV brand or other English entertainment brand in India, on social media. HBO is a 37-year-old brand globally. 28-year old brand globally, is present in 37 countries with a fan following that's phenomenal. In India, it's a 10-year-old brand that's been present, that's been loved, and it's been one of the top 2 brands in India even till date. When we got onto social media a couple of years back, the idea was not just to be on social media for the heck of getting numbers or because every other brand in our category was on social media. The idea was to get onto social media the way HBO does it, and how HBO does it is what this presentation is going to capture. Just to start off with, we are the largest community in our category in social media. It's just reached a 600,000 fan base only on Facebook. It's a lot of people talking about it. That's just a snapshot of competitive scanning. The responses on social media increasingly engaging, very positive. People love HBO not as a TV channel that brings them English movies and entertainment, but as a TV channel which is, or rather Mr. HBO the Stud, who brings them everything about Hollywood and knows everything about Hollywood. Now, how do we do it? Before I get on to what we did in India for HBO, I just want to share a tiny little case study of what HBO did in the US for one of the series which is a hot favorite of all the youngsters in India and mine as well. The show is called True Blood. True Blood is a show which revolves around vampires being able to walk out in the open, because there's been a scientific innovation where Japanese have invented something called True Blood, is synthetic blood, so vampires don't have to feed on humans anymore, and what they do is trying to mingle with the humans as their friends, as their lovers, as their co-workers, or probably somebody sitting next to you in one of these conferences. So what HBO had to do globally was to achieve that through an alternate world that they would create, a world full of vampires. What happens when a vampire is amongst you? They would talk to you, they would probably go drinking with you, they would also demand same rights as a human being does. So what they did was a lot of things. There's a fictitious vampires' right organization in the show, that features in the show, called American Vampire League. There's an anti-vampire organization that features in the show. They not only created the websites for these organizations, they got onto news stories, interviews from the characters talking about vampires versus human rights, talking about how if vampires are in the society, what are the threats to the society. So it just became purely so conversational, as if they exist amongst you. Not just that, they took the vampire characters from the show and started blogging on their behalf. So there's a character called Jessica who's blogging, there's a character called Bill who's blogging, and they're talking about their experiences as vampires who are trying to get their love life sorted with humans, or trying to get their friendship sorted with humans. They took it a level ahead in the second season of the show in 2010, when they actually got into cross-branding with various brands on ads targeted towards vampires. So there are jobs available for vampires, there are perfume ads for vampires, insurance, and even a Mini Cooper for the vampires. Now, coming back to India, when we got onto social media, the earliest venture was somewhere in 2009, and of course, we started with True Blood as well. What we did for True Blood was taking inspiration from the US story and just giving it a little tweak in India. We also wanted people to kind of get a feeling of what happens when a vampire is sitting with you, or a vampire befriends you. So the best medium to do that was the medium where everybody connects, so social media. We made a profile for the lead vampire in the series, Bill Compton, played by British actor Stephen Moyer. And he started sending out friends requests on Facebook, explaining that since there's synthetic blood that's been manufactured now, so I'm out in the open and I want to make friends on Facebook. In no time, it was more people adding Bill Compton than Bill Compton adding people, and it got media talking about it, including coverage in likes of HT City. This is one of the activities I would say is still the most innovative social media campaign that HBO must have done. Another one of our early ventures was a community to celebrate Earth Day in 2009, which falls in April. It's called HBO 11th Hour Community. HBO as a brand always has stood apart in the category because it's not just about Hollywood blockbusters or movies or contents from a few studios. It's been a channel that's brought content which has been different, which has been appreciated, whether it's HBO original productions or also socially relevant content like An Inconvenient Truth, which is a documentary by Mr. Al Gore, or The 11th Hour, which is a documentary by Leonardo DiCaprio. So when we got The 11th Hour, we created a community that talked about issues related to environment, issues raised in the movie, and we got a lot of media people and a lot of bloggers online to join the community and discuss these issues. This community was fairly popular in 2009 when we started it, and it lasted about, it faded out eventually because we did not sustain it, but this was one of the ventures that I would hold that is worthy of talking about. 2010 was when we finally got onto social media properly, not just Facebook, not just Twitter, but all across. The objective for us, of course, one was numbers. The second objective, the key objective for us would have been to differentiate the brand. Like I mentioned, HBO is not a brand about just the blockbusters. We got blockbusters from 16 movie companies and studios that includes Warner Brothers, Paramount, Universal, and the likes of it. So, and so is other channels. Everybody is selling out content to everyone. What is special about HBO is that it's a channel that differentiates, that is going to be the only channel that will probably be able to bring you a Stieg Larsson's trilogy's Swedish version. No other channel will dare to show you a Swedish version which cannot be dubbed in English, but only with English subtitles of a trilogy that's been read by just a few people maybe. But HBO did it. HBO was a channel who would bring you, despite it being a very socially relevant and not a mass phenomena of Inconvenient Truth. HBO would be the channel that HBO right now is the only TV brand probably in this category in India that can boast of having home productions which has associations from the like of Tom Hanks and Steven Spielberg and Martin Scorsese. So we wanted to tell people what is different about HBO, and we did not want to just inform them that this is HBO, this is HBO original production. We wanted them to engage with it and understand and know the brand, how it goes on. Know HBO as this guy who stands tall in the whole category, or when he's seen with the other people in the same category. And that was that had to be done through content which we already had, then had to be done through conversations, and then had to be done through the kind of things that we do on social media. So when we started off, we took a conscious call not to be informative and say this movie is coming at this particular time, please watch it. Of course, that has to be embedded into the conversations that we go out with, but you have to go out with conversations about the brand and say, if this is the movie which is coming, what is it that the audiences would like to talk about and know about it? There were a few insights that we worked on when we started off. Of course, be less informative, be more entertaining. You're an entertainment brand. You have to keep them enthralled, and you can't be repetitive. You have to give them something new every day. Games, applications, polls, trivia. You have to just do it new every day. So they come and say, wow. It's the viewer who has to be smart. So you have to educate the viewer, or you have to talk to the viewer in a way that he can go and talk about you, or talk about what you've told him to other friends. If I tell him about the next Christopher Nolan movie, he should be able to go and boast about it to his friend. So information has to be such that he doesn't know, and he becomes smarter in front of his friends. Of course, everybody mentioned you have to know how much are you talking, because you don't want to be the brand who spams, and you don't want to be the brand who's completely invisible and not present. We also experimented and of course evaluated all the media, all the platforms available on social media, and realized for HBO is going to be Facebook, where the viewer spends most of his time, gets most of his information, can serve most of the content. Advantage being it offers you everything in one single platform. And for a brand like HBO, when you get and promote content which is not produced by you but produced by somebody else, is not always going to be sunny in Philadelphia. So you have negative comments, you have controversial discussions, you have people not liking a certain movie or a show that you show. You need to know and you need to consult before you go out and tell and answer the post. You can't be defensive, you can't be offensive, you can't completely delete it. At the risk of starting a negative chain of communication, you have to at times take a stand, and at times you have to agree with them. I'm just going to quickly, very quickly run through the campaigns that I think were our best campaigns in the 1.5 years that we've been around on social media. One of the campaigns that we all love internally is the HBO Bond Evolutions campaign. We had HBO 7th stunt in somewhere in October last year. Of course, the way HBO does things is very different. So when we got Bond campaign, Bond movies with us, we decided to let Mr. Bond rest for a while and focus on the Bond girls. So the whole out of home media campaign, or the print, or the TV, everything talked about Bond and his women, glamorizing them. We also shot our own Bond girls, actually, if you can see the poster below. So what we had to do on social media was to amplify this thing, and social media provided a very good platform because this was talk-worthy, this was engaging. We created content specially for social media, downloadable wallpapers, desktop widgets, games where you could tag your friends, games where you could figure out which Bond girl do you like. You could go and get all the information about each and every Bond girl, starting from Honey Rider to Jinx Johnson, and you can figure out why do they have the names they have, what do they do, what is different about them. Even created a game where you could create your own Bond girl if you don't like any of them. Then other one of the campaign that we did very successfully was Hollywood Premier League. Hollywood Premier League, anyway, it would be one of the properties that HBO is very proud about. It's one proprietary property that we started off in 2009. The aim was to marry two of the passions that India has, cricket and movies, together, and give something to them which is superbly innovative. It was in the third year when we 2011 was the third year for Hollywood Premier League, when we decided to take it on social media. The conversations was how cricket will be used in movies. So at the end of that 1 month campaign, our fan base grew by 25%, went up from 2.7 to 3.5 lakhs. And everybody knew it's a googly when the underdog steals the heroine under the nose of the hero. So another one of the campaigns that we did was Rocky. We created an application where you could actually knock out your competitors. Inception would be the latest movie that we show, the latest blockbuster, and it's going to be the latest social media application that we have. You can build your own dream within a dream. You can incept your friends' dreams. That's just showing how varied applications and games HBO has done. So nothing's been similar to what has been done before. It's just a different approach every fortnight, every week, every month that you take, every single day probably. Social media has also helped HBO or probably a few other brands as well in creating some sustainable, long-term sustainable properties very successfully without having to spend any incremental costs in them. One of the properties that we managed to create through social media was Hollywood Quotient. It's a property that we own. It's a quiz that's renewed every week with new zest to it, with new questions, and it's been immensely popular amongst the viewers. It's so popular that it's been taken on air last year. Another one of the innovative things that we've done differently is an HBO planner that you can download on your desktop and keep track of what is happening on HBO. Again, it's getting a demand for a mobile version already. Just to end up, I'm just going to sum up a few points from a marketer's perspective, how social media as a medium offers a great choice to the new age marketeers, and also how you have to be mindful of certain things when you use the medium. It's a low spend, very high results medium, of course. The measurability is extremely easy because it provides you insights and measures day by day. It's very important to identify what mediums are the most suited to your need and your audience. For us, it's going to be mediums like Facebook, where most of the young audience most of the audience go for entertainment. Probably for some other brand, it could be some other medium. It has to be a thorough evaluation of the medium before you go on to that. Social media is extremely viral if you can crack it. The disadvantage being that it can also be negative, and it can also, and your campaign has to have the viral value, otherwise it will not amplify. Then lastly, as I mentioned, it's a great medium to build sustainable properties and take them on air. Thank you so much. I hope you enjoyed the presentation.